Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So what I thought we would do today is make a set of thinkers. And I've got my gold mix from all the bags of mica powders that I mixed together. I have this brown copper looking mix of all the bags that I mixed together. I took all the coppers, all the browns, and just mixed them. And then I have my Tea Expert epoxy pigment paste white. I'm going to separate, I've got 12 ounces of resin mixed up, and I haven't put it in the debubbler yet. But I want to take and put about 4 ounces into each cup to mix my colors. And then I'm going to put it in the debubbler. So let's see. Get to 120 here. I went over. Can you guys see that? Could pull it down, couldn't I? Okay, 120.4, and I dripped, like always. Let's do 120 here. Now, I mixed up 12 ounces according to the cup. I didn't weigh it. So we'll see how accurate this cup is when we get these mixed out into our smaller cups. And over. Okay, 120. Now let's see if we've got 120 for this cup. And we do. Okay, go up to 124. Okay. You know, I gotta have it have it completely even. Drives me crazy. Okay, 124. Okay, 125.4. $126. Then we're just going to put the rest in this one, because we're going to marble it back into this cup. So it's really not going to matter a whole lot. Okay. There we go. Now, let's mix in some color. Get these in the debubbler. For our white, I'm just going to put a nice little squirt down in there. I think that will be plenty. I do want it opaque. Yeah, once I mix this up completely, that will be a good opaque color. All right. Now, let me get this bronze color. Bronze brown. It's a really pretty color. I thought these three colors would look really pretty. Do a big scoop and a little scoop. Okay, and we're going to do the same way with my gold mix. big scoop and a little scoop. I always get mica powder all over me. All right. Mix this up. Go really slow until you get all the mica powder mixed, because if you try to do it too fast, all that dry mica powder is going to go flying away. This is the Hay Clear resin. It's a 1-to-1 epoxy resin. Get off of Amazon. It's a little bit thicker, so I'm hoping it will work well with this, because we're going to try to kind of marble a little bit, but we're going to layer it in the cup. Not a pretty gold. Now let's see our copper. Just going slow until this, if it looks too brown, I'm going to add copper to it, but it should be a bronzy looking color. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Perfect. I was hoping it would be that color. I hadn't used it since I mixed it. Pretty. I think that will go perfect with the gold. All right, guys, I'm just going to finish mixing these up to where there's no clumps. Throw it in the debubbler, and we'll be back. All right, guys, so I just got our colors out of the debubbler, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer them, and then we're going to swirl them in the cup and then pour them in. I think when I did this once before, somebody called it marpling, so I thought that was kind of cool. So we're going to marple up our color. I'm probably going to get it everywhere, but, you know, wouldn't be me if I didn't. And I'm just going to take turns between our colors. I just want them to mix without mixing completely. Okay. I'm going to take the rest of our color and scrape this out. Still quite a bit of color in there. So almost all that color down, and then I go around the cup one time. Okay. Now we're going to pour our white. Do the same thing. White is much harder to see how much is in there. It's the same color as my cup. Okay, let's go around cup here once. Okay, and then our copper. I want the colors to mix, but I want them to be separate also. And I find that doing this really helps. Okay, let me scrape all of that off the bottom. Now let's go around this cup once. All right, now got our colors in there. I'm just going to stick my stick in there, and I'm just going to swirl it just a little. That's it. And we are going to pour this in here. And I hope to get all of the colors. I don't see any gold yet, so I'm going to kind of stop for a second. Gosh, I hope the gold shows. I don't remember how much these use. Okay, let's just pour some in the bottom here. Finish filling that one up. I see the gold. I just hope we don't lose it. I think I've probably mixed up way too much. Get all these poured. And we will find something else to put the rest of this in. I do want to slightly dome them. That way, hopefully, I don't have too much that I will have to trim off once they're cured. All right. So I have 4 ounces left. So they only took 8 ounces for all 3. And they're all good. So I don't know how much this little jar holds, but I absolutely love this little jar. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to fill that little nib up down in there. And then I'm going to pour the rest in here. And that way, if I have enough to fill it up and finish filling the lid, I will. If not, then I will fill the lid with something completely different. There's all the gold. And I'm not going to have enough. And that's okay, because we can do a solid color and then do a solid color on the lid and make it match and pull together. Okay, just going to scrape everything I can out of here. Alright, let's see if I can get this lip down here. These cups hold quite a bit there. Okay, now let's just go around this cup one time, and I'm going to turn it up to drain. I think I've got just about everything out of there. Okay, that is that. I'm going to clean this stick off here and put it away to dry. I forgot I had all my sticks over here sitting still that had all the colors that we had mixed. I need to clean those up. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to let all this cure up. I think this filled that up just about perfect, because then our solid color will be on the bottom, but all of that will be colored. And then we'll do a solid color in here. I just don't know what color I want to do yet. I think these are going to be very pretty. Alrighty, guys, we are going to let those cure up, and then we'll come back for a demold and see how our marpling did. Alright, I'll see you guys then. Alright, guys, so these have cured up. So I've got 4 ounces of resin here. I've not put in the debubbler yet, because I want to use this laser paste. It's a gold, and I think that will look really pretty. And I've never opened it. Let's see if I can get this open here. Usually I make a mess. Okay, not too bad today. All right. I've not put this in the debubbler yet, so I want to get my glitter in, my paste. I'm going to clean this off. That way I don't end up with cured resin down in my glitter paste. And I'll probably mix in some, I'm thinking if I want to mix in glue or not, because if I mix in glue, it's going to keep the glitter floating. I'm afraid if I mix it in there and I don't put in glue, that all this glitter will sink to the bottom. And I've found with these laser pastes, you do have to use quite a bit of color. So that's a lot. Okay, and you can see how light that is. That's really pretty. Okay, let me put the lid on here. And I'm going to put this, I don't know, I don't think we'll need to with the, well, yeah, I'm going to put it in the debubbler. It really needs a little more of the glitter paste, I think. So let's add a little more. Nah, let's leave it alone. I'll make my mind up in a minute. My resin's starting to warm up. I'm going to get this in the debubbler for about 5 minutes and I'll be right back. Alright guys, y'all know me. I let it bubble over in my debubbler. So we're not going to put it in there any longer. We're just going to take it out. I'm going to take my little heat gun if I can find it. Pop a few bubbles on the top. This is going to be messy. And then we're going to just, ugh. I hate touching resin. Ugh. See how it drips? I'm going to have this everywhere. So I'm just going to, we're not putting glue in it. We're just going to, hopefully I can fill these up. I'm going to have a mess to clean up. Okay. See, ugh. I do need to get enough to fill it up. So, I hate doing this. It makes it slippery and just gets everywhere. This is the worst part. But, you know, I'm going to have to dig those bubbles out of that. We are going to have enough to fill this up. I'll probably end up having to scrape. I'm throwing that away. Get that off there. I hate touching everything when I have resin all over me because I get it everywhere. All right, let's see if we can get some of this out to fill that up. All right, I think I got that one. Now we'll see if we can get the other one domed, and then I can work on some cleanup. There we go, perfect. All right, guys, I am going to clean up my mess. I'm going to have to get my gloves off before I can stop the camera. All right. And that is why I like my thicker gloves. If you have on thinner gloves, just like the regular 3mm, they're just too much of a chance of them ripping because they tear so easy. And if you do it thicker gloves, I like the 6 or the 8mm, then it doesn't really. This is 99% isopropyl alcohol, guys. Works great to clean. But the thicker gloves, you have less chance of it ripping on you and getting the resin on you. Because we all know that you can have an interaction to the resin. This is just a baby wipe, and it works great if you spray some isopropyl. And then you can go around and clean it up. And it's the same way I'll do with my container here. As you can see, there's a lot of resin in there. I spray my 99% isopropyl down in there. And then I take my baby wipes or paper towels, and I try to get all this resin out. And I'll clean this a couple of times just to get everything out. I'll use a baby wipe at first, and then I'll go to paper towels. So they seem to grab everything more when it's just isopropyl on them. But you can see it kind of just pulls it all out of there. And then you don't have to worry about getting sticky resin everywhere or it curing up on your things. Alright guys, so I'll see you back when it's time to demold. I'll see you then. Alright guys, so I think all of this is cured up enough to demold. This has been sitting just about all day, and you can see that just peels right off there where it's cured up. Alright. Well, if I can get that off of me. There we go. Now let's get this unmolded here. This is a very easy jar usually to unmold. Oh, I love that. That is so pretty. Turn this back the right way. Okay. Let's get the bottom. Well, okay. Now, this usually just slides right on down. And it twists right out. One of the easiest jars that I own to demold, and it is my favorite as far as shape and size. Oh, I do like that. That marbled very well. And there's the lid. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Okay, let's get our thinkers. The feet are a little deeper than the heads, so I always start with the heads. I'm going to try to get them all out without looking, and then we'll flip them each over because they're all probably going to be very similar. Okay, one more. Come up here and get the head. Okay. They come out so easy. Alright. There they are. Got a little cleanup to do on that one. But, oh, I do like them. Each one's different. You can see the white kind of floating around in there. They're pretty. And then here's this one. A lot more white in the head down the side on this one. Very pretty. Okay. And this one's got a lot more white on the outside, so that's kind of cool. One's on one side and the other's on the other. The backs. Those colors are so pretty together, I think. Alright guys, that's it. So I'll see you back for the next video. Bye for now.